there was like just one period of time where our eyes actually just, we matched. So my sponsored child, her name is Daylin. I met her this past July in person for the first time. She is a very smart, very sharp, very lively, very loving, caring girl. Selamat pagi, nama saya Amanda. Hi everyone, my name is Amanda. I'm 28 years old this year. I've been a sponsor with World Vision for 3 years now. In my 28 years of living, I actually had 3 kakaks who took care of me and brought me up. Because she actually took care of me in my most formative years. She would bring me to school, she would take me home from school, she would make sure I do my homework, make sure I stop watching TV, and just generally take care of my well-being. There was one time I remember she had some family issues back at home. I think her father had just suddenly passed away of a heart attack. And my family actually told her to go back, go settle the funeral arrangements, but it was also the year where I was taking my PSLE. So she knew it was a very stressful year for me and she decided to stay instead of going back for her own family. I think that's why I feel very attached to her, and that's why Ende, which is her original hometown, just sits in my heart deeply. It was 2019 where I was actually in California studying. And I actually chanced upon this internship from World Vision International. So it was the place where I really found out about child sponsorship and knew more about World Vision. In terms of why I eventually made the decision to sponsor a child, I think because I recognize how important it is to let someone know in the world that you believe in them and you support them. I know that I would not be here today if I didn't have people back then who believed in me. This is my way of giving back, and this is my way of hopefully inspiring others to do the same. So my sponsored child, her name is Daylin. I met her this past July in person for the first time. She is a very smart, very sharp, very lively, very loving, caring girl. So actually the day before we met our child, I was actually very nervous. And then when I actually stepped into the room the next day, it was quite surreal because when I kind of just glanced at the children, I immediately spotted my child from all the photos I've had of her. There was like just one period of time where our eyes actually just, we matched. Eventually, when I got to meet her, it was just very natural, even though it was a translated conversation, but I think words just flowed very naturally. The mom actually told me that she was waiting in anticipation of my arrival, and the moment she heard that I was coming from the World Vision team, she actually began sewing like a bag and a scarf for me. Knowing that she was thinking about me and she was also excited to see me was just very, very touching. And I think that was just when I embarrassingly cried. I just hope that she would grow up to be somebody who gives back to society, somebody who follows her dream. She was actually sharing about how she wants to become a doctor in the future, how she wants to go to university. And I told her actually that if you can make it to university, don't worry about expenses, like I will take care of it. I just want you to know that I believe in you and that anything is possible. Yeah, I'm really excited to see where she will end up in the future.